and it did not start the capture. There, it got quicker though, so what I did didn't help. Yeah, I've done a bit with crafting since the last stream, but I've not done any story questing. I did a couple side quests I came across. Some running around, but that stuff does not big storyline, not story quests that I think people would enjoy. It's just a big thing for me. I want something I'd enjoy, and I want stuff that I think everybody else would enjoy.
Now. It's raining in Gridania. Taking the opening.
For your one fishing? Yeah.
I'm not up to it yet, but 5 of these and catching the weather right.
You do it when you can. Hopefully you have the right bait.
It's supposed to be no bait. It's supposed to be the lure.
Okay. You've done enough times to know.
I think it does say a certain type of bait, but I know I can catch it with a lure.
Yeah. But what I'm going to do, since she is on the game.
Showing a live video.
Okay, that's not working right. What the hell? Just a sec, guys. I'm trying to fix the capture device. What the heck? I'll be honest, I'm trying to fix something. I'm thinking I screwed something up by accident. Confused. I'm trying to get so it's not wanting to bring up the capture. What the hell? All that bang running for hours with it going, and now I don't want to do it. Typical. I'll fight with it more later. It shows, yes, I was trying to set it up so you could see her screen. And for some reason it's bugging out.
That usually works.
Oh, that's right. I did have one of the crafting quests I didn't finish up yet. I'm seeing that I have some piece of equipment in the inventory I didn't remember for a second. But yeah, I've been slowly getting the crafting classes all leveled up to be comparable level to the thaumaturge. Actually, I'm trying to remember which ones I actually did get that far so far. See, the carpenter's up there, which doesn't do me any good. But I shouldn't have done that. Too late now. But the carpenter's good for the lance or I'd say there's some weapons that come up for the gladiator and the archer naturally is in there. But for what I need to level up, I need to work with goldsmith. For crafting better weapons for myself. Well, to the point, for other stuff I need steel, and I don't have my Blacksmith Armor Smith up enough for that yet.
I need one more ring on our mission later.
The rain stopped?
No, but it's starting to lighten up. chance I'll be fishing until I get into Copperbell or until the raid stops, depending on what comes first. But if I can have a bunch of them prepped for you.
They are a pain in the ass.
Yes, Bredania behind the Adventurers Guild while it's raining.
Uh-huh.
That's a weirdly specific thing.
Yeah.
Shit. Give you one guess. Rain just stopped.
Yep. It's about right.
And I'm at 4.
That's 4 more than you had? One of the points, I really don't have any empathy for Ungust. Now, the only thing I want to know is where Tancred got the Fang necklace. I'm just getting my better leggings on. And I'm realizing my leggings currently are pretty lacking otherwise. But I know I can't quite craft better yet for that, so it's the process is going. It's not there yet. Yeah, the skirt from the ones that's actually artifacting through the top, unfortunately. But yeah, most of my time I was playing yesterday, pretty much that time I was playing yesterday, I was working on crafting. So. I will save the time doing the fast travel over to Unimix. I could technically run it, but it doesn't matter.
The fish that I need to be in Costa Sol at like 1 a.m. for this mission. I hit my level 30 for the fisherman.
My sympathies. I remember how much pain in the ass it was when I tried to do it. And that fish sells for a ridiculous amount.
depends on if there's an influx rate.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's 10 of them, we will willing to check. Isn't horrible. Problem is, the whole room starts to look like smell.
Not wrong. Is all the stuff you're talking about learning from Nexus crew, I've already learned. It's just a sad part. So it's just a redundancy that I had to run over here.
There's not even any process stuff there, other than the fishing.
Oh, that's that's over there. There's the fisherman, but you gotta remember, fisherman works heavy between.
Alchemy and cooking.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I'm gonna switch classes. Chewy milk. Nice.
And I can finally unlock Halatali as a dungeon in general.
Like, it ain't much, but we'll see how you play.
Hey, we've seen people with some questionable names be some damn good players.
Chewy milk's one of the more questionable we've seen.
I'm not arguing that.
All I can think is they're still at school and being the crappy milk carton crap that's freaking slime.
You mean the stuff that's on the expiration date?
The stuff that's 3 months before the expiration date is still crunchy with slime. I think the letter that she had put the banana.
Saving you from the breath of it?
She's not doing bad. She's running ahead when it's only part 2. But she's stalling the moment she has anything past 3.
So I'm making sure they don't overdraw.
As a paladin, that's actually kind of surprising.
Yeah, that's less common for the paladins to do.
Because we haven't even gotten the Hecate on the one wall yet. And And we're stalling a deal with all the frigates.
Oh, part of it is it's good Gil. Seeing if I can get captured, recover quick so some people can see what you're doing too.
You know, running around with Earl Grey burning me in the ass with floating fireballs.
Yeah.
Whoa!
What? Your ship flickered? Sorry, I know what did that, and that was my fault. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, next time.
There we go. I got your visual back.
Stuff on the light post.
I saw. But yeah, that lets people be able to see what you're doing.
No, I'm not just talking out my ass.
Most people would think you are. It's just I'm not gonna take it to a bigger screen than it is because I don't want to block my view. I'm not gonna be able to just switch swap it.
Eventually, we might set up where we have a secondary screen if I'm like doing the art stuff to jump it up.
Well, yeah, but that's a bit different again.
Again, the only time she runs ahead is when she's only getting like 2.
The person's tanking very much like I did.
Yeah. And she got it off the top of her track.
So it's at least a proficient tank.
It's a competent paladin. It is very...
We've had bad luck at times with certain tanks, so
They heard what happened the other day.
yeah. So,
Put it this way, we're actually having the healer able to off DPS.
which actually speeds up the dungeon. Despite what some tanks think. It's a multi-classing tank. Gotta be. No, I'll be honest, I'll be claiming Halatali, then I'll go up, get Ifrit going. Because what I'm planning to do is when I start doing the run around post Ifrit, I'll go into the queue for Halatali. Because you pretty much have to run each dungeon once. And I'm not sure, I think I'm in the hunting log point where I need stuff from Halatali as well. Or is that may be involved with the Grand Company. So I'll wait for Halatali till after that. To explain that for people with some of the hunting logs, you get a hunting log for the Grand Company. And all 3 Grand Companies give you something in Halatali that you have to kill. Which kind of sucks because if you do it now, you kill them, but it don't count yet because I'm not in the Grand Company yet. On the other hand,
Honestly, you're almost better off in this room as a captain because then you can actually hit stuff from a distance instead of trying to run up with a melee.
yeah. You know which one you're talking about. The thing is, though, you got to be one of the casters that has an instant cast.
Yeah.
That's the advantage. And the downside for that, with like a thaumaturge, is you can't keep your ice aspect running easily in there.
Oh, he's running fire most of the time.
So he's running fire or he's running escape?
No. He keeps getting his 2-point fire up. And he is still running bomb surge. He's not an upgraded Black Mage.
Okay. That part why I'd love just going to Halatali is I know it'd be better armor to drop. But I'll wait knowing the issue I'll have. But yeah, I'm not into the Black Mage quest line because it's not available yet.
No, you gotta hit 35.
No, you gotta hit. No, for the first part, that's 30. You gotta finish with the Sylph. Until you finish with them, you can't do it yet. So I'm of level to start the Black Mage, but I'm not far enough in storyline.
Okay, I think I know why I'm remembering Chewy Velvet. They're off the Coral server. We may have influenced them with these undakas.
Yeah, we probably did. Showing them some other tactics. That's a tendency we tend to have is, if that's a tank that's seen me tank, yeah, that's a distinct possibility. What I'll do at some point, I will unlock one of the tank classes to work with like the squad. Because I know I can run the dungeons damn quick with the squad mode.
There's people actually getting me for some of these items. Thank you for waiting to go into the next room.
Just shows he's being considerate.
Yeah, stalled long enough to get down to the treasure top, but that's going back. They actually waited.
Well, if people are rolling need, they're going to be happy if somebody grabs an extra treasure chest they didn't know about. So, it's nice having a considerate squad.
3 of us would pick up the fires.
I'm sorry, I'm doing the AoE nightmare against I'm out there before going in after this. About all of them under making everybody else dead allows everybody to step out against them. And honestly, your dungeon run's making a damn good time. But it's showing what the tactics I like using actually support.
Now, I'm not going to bother trying to go into the other section to grab the extra one in this room.
Unless one of them go for it. Whereas most people don't know about it. I learned that one because of somebody else, so I hope this don't go too long today. The getting into Ifrit. What I'm starting to look at is
He's also running Completionist.
that's not a bad thing. One of the things I am going to teleport back to Eastern to go for some of the hunt stuff in that area. Well, I'm waiting for more of it. Because I don't really have any other mission stuff I can do right now. I remember there was a point where you couldn't even teleport out of that chamber for ball members. At one point. I'm glad that's long since changed.
I appreciate he didn't do the countdown since it said all 4 of us were ready.
It helps more when it's the huge alliance race.
And they still don't usually listen when people say they are.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping we get some good eggs when we go into that stuff with these characters.
I'm kind of scared of the Gallagher's Rings or whatever it is. Rings of Gallagher?
The Coils of Bahamut.
That one.
I've never messed with them.
How come unlocked on the other character?
So do I, but I never messed with them. I figure it's something that in the long run may be enjoyable to get a honest first response to. Come on, some of the hard mode and nightmare and extremes are bad enough, to be honest, when those start coming along. I hate that some of the ones just start as a hard and they should have just marked them as normal. Yes, I understand they're going on the argument of it's the hard standard compared to the other dungeons. But because it's the first version of that dungeon, I'd rather it called it normal. Sounds like he earned it. It's nice to hear that somebody that I may have played with I actually yeah. It is.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to deal with it on. I wonder if that's also with the moon factor, if they run in Star Trek or something like that. They could. I could technically get the southern panel on with those. Over there. But this goes back into me clearing some random stuff while I'm waiting productions. Funny bad part is, I know after I beat Ifrit, I'm going to be in a lot of cinematics for a while.
I'm the longest cinematic set.
Definitely not. That's going into Heaven's
It's
Word.
a warning.
Yeah, Heaven's Word actually gives you, cinematics actually give you warnings.
This one will go for a while. Make sure you have time set aside. No offense, I'm more worried about the freaking Conqueror than I am the Gladiator in this fight.
They're all a joke. In that fight.
Yeah, but I don't want it.
But yeah, she's skipping cinematics, but the best she's seen before.
That happens right very much.
Exactly.
I really need to get some new pants. I hate having to be on the third flash while I'm running with minis for.
Just be glad it's not Azura's Wrath or some other games that if you get a panty shot, it gives you a pervert achievement. It's bad, I'm not kidding though. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say one sarcasm I've had in my head for a long time. It's not Potter Watch, it's Potter Watch.
That is vital.
This is part of why I came down here, so. I will get a little Alamigo to at least get the path problem. I just don't know if any of the humanoids over here are part of my fun or not, so I'm gonna check. They usually get knuckle dancers on. That's a bad joke. I'm going after the pugilist as a commenter. Yeah, she growling at me.
Yeah, my throat rock.
And 4 of those son of bitches. Great. Just know that. On the other hand, it's good experience. I didn't know what was good. I forgot.
Because I pretty much spent a day only fishing.
Yeah. she finds fishing in this game relaxing. So I can't really criticize you. I find the crafting relaxing. I don't know if that's all the hunts in Southern or not. I'm gonna double check. Oh, Red Labyrinth. We're almost there. I've got to be a little careful through here. Or run through. Well, that worked out. Somebody's fighting the golem outside the door. Hello. How you doing, Gregorius? Great. It's nice when my average wait time is increasing. Gonna be one of these sessions, is it? Well, it is Monday. There's some advantages trying doing some of the dungeons on a weekend, so.
I guess we could say go in slow form.
It's going. It's the best way to put it. Could be better, could be worse. I'm waiting to get into Ifrit's continued storyline, which is why I'm over here doing random stuff. And I'm honestly not supposed to be here yet, but I had hunts I could do here, and it figured it would be a why not. My logic, as long as I can keep stuff going while waiting, it's not as bad as it could be.
What's sad is at one point, every time I play, I'd stall out at this point and make the character. Just because I was kind of scared after my buddy's warning of it's a death trap.
At one point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would you go sudden death or? But I'll try to get the I can over here. I'll get the pile up done. I'm gonna set it in that order. I will at least finish him before I stop. I might as well finish my kill. I'm just happy to get into Ifrit. And now this is what's gonna upset some of the players in it, because I am gonna go through the cinematic. Because this is a longer one, as I recall.
It's longer than some of the others.
Yeah. And honestly, I will look at the chat when I come in to see if I need to ignore somebody for their behavior. Because I've noticed in the past, some people get very belligerent about somebody going through the cinematic. And I make sure they don't get the commendation. It's not my favorite book. I think my favorite was the one from 10 of all the Ifrit designs. Yeah, that's basically what the echo is. I figured it out with the way it's all explained. You are more or less enthralled to the world system. The way these people just got enthralled to Ifrit. Which means you're protected by being linked to something that wants you to have free will.
So nothing else can thrall you because you're already thralled.
Basically the first person. And technically, you could almost consider it before when you had the yes.
Do it.
They were cheering it on. Cheering me on for watching it. They weren't being. They were doing the cheering, they weren't belligerent. It is kind of rude, but not the word. The fact that we got a promisers and a black nation here, that's kind of nuts anyway. We already know how this is going to happen. It's going to get blown up. And the fact that everybody but the tank turned to be into the Infernal Nail. That's not a small thing. They did tag it, but it did mark a new player. I appreciate that effort. So far, I'm not blaming anybody for their actions in the company. It's sad. Not often I really bring up people in that Oh shit! They managed to stun Ifrit. Knocked him down. He stopped the AoE attack cycles.
I didn't know that was possible.
I was never in position to try. Holy shit. I knew you could do it to some of the dungeon bosses.
But to big...
To a primal?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes, guys, I'm a little over leveled.
A little? expect them to be gone by the time I'm done with the cinematic, honestly. But if anybody's still there, I will give them the. They all play like
The glamours this time.
when we find an outfit we like, yes.
So I need to dye the cloud gear white.
I don't think you can dye it. Can you?
Pretty sure? Hold on. I swear to God I did it before. No white.
Makes me wonder what you can do potentially to the Tanner's.
Tantalus?
Yeah, Tantalus scarf.
I'm looking at the tops right now. Pretty much has full spectrum. Blue and purples. Some of the odd ones. You can take on the metallics.
The metallics you gotta buy if I remember right, but I won't lie, if I went back to the Dragoon, the metallic garb,
Oh,
well, dyes would be tempting.
oh, I'd almost want to take the gear to some of the greens.
Well, I forgot Nero was supposed to be watching the battle with Ifrit.
But yeah, I could dye the whole stripe gear white. I do love his humor. A woman in love, I must be on my best behavior. Alice Little. You okay with blue hair?
Shouldn't that be a lollipop? It didn't count. It wasn't fully dead when I accepted the dungeon. Oh,
And it wasn't fully.
It wasn't fully knocked down enough yet. Damn. I'll deal with those missions over there later. I'm not going to run back down. That's actually a level 31 top. But I'm still in the level 15 dungeon skirt. Yeah.
It just looks like you're wearing a mini dress.
Yeah. I'm sure some of the boys are loving it.
think mine's doing more to protect me.
Probably. Doesn't take much to get more protection than cloth, though. Progress. Well, I'll keep telling you. What I'll do is I'll grab my stuff from the mail shortly and finally and see what I can figure out with outfit coloring. I appreciate Tancred's criticism to himself, but I don't feel he failed. Because he's all, I wasn't there when she faced Ifrit like I should have been. Like I keep failing you all. But you got to look at it in the sense of, if he keeps being there last minute, or that moment too late, I could see where it bug him.
I'm about to jump off the cliff without burying the corpse.
That don't help you much.
Yeah, I'd have to walk back around. Dude, you'll be fine. The flesh flies just need lunch.
Thing is, with our understanding of stuff explained later with Shiva, I'm not sure we're facing the true primals.
It's a little different with the beast clan summoning their primes.
But even the Mughal king wasn't a true being.
Yeah. So,
It's a personification of what they were worshipping.
which would make sense. I'm like, it's stronger each time they summon it, thinking this is what you'd have to do to beat them this time.
Yep.
Would also explain why Ultima didn't work as well as they hoped.
Yep.
Ow.
thing is, he goes LaCroix with a no Lusois. I've heard it pronounced both ways, depending on the origin.
You've heard Lusois pronounced LaCroix.
Same spelling exactly, of all things, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. That's why it keeps throwing me off. It was the first form I seen it. Yeah, I know. It's not the French
noise with an SI spelling.
Yeah, I know.
How about we go with the way it's spelled?
I didn't say the people who did the voice acting for that game were very fluent in French.
Let's stick with the more French pronunciation. This is pronunciation. LaCroix is a drink that is spelled C-R-I-O-X.
Well, if it's any consolation in that game, the guy with that name, you pretty much every ending you blow him up with a coffin full of C4.
Good, because I would have kept getting pissed at how his name was pronounced. I'm sorry, I took French class. Don't know how I passed it, but I took French class. I understand the premise of it.
The fact that the flame officer is flirting with Minfilia. Because he's going radiant as always. Notice he's hoping for something. And I wish they had voiced this part because I would have liked to have heard her. They've sent 3 officers to court you.
Yes, let's do this. They're really literally quest points.
That goes pretty quick. That happens, that's for sure.
It's Golden's Bazaar.
Yep.
I figure I'm up here, might as well get it done. You don't really come up here till post Dremel Born.
That's not true. You get up there with helping the sister. And storyline there as well. You do get back up there post Realm Reborn.
Get up here for more than 2 seconds.
Maybe 5 minutes.
For up here, that's 2 seconds.
And again, flirting with her again, Flame Officer.
And that's the group we want to go for.
Being Uda starting.
Mortal Flames.
It's like, you flirt with me one more time, I'm gonna do a D&D war crime of a fireball in your mouth. It's something we heard on a TikTok.
Or we could go Shrek and stick the arrow up his ass. With the baby mimic.
Yeah, we've heard some evil shit for D&D.
I'm sure there's a friendly mimic tower that'd be willing to eat him. Once he finds out he's flirting with a girl who's really not interested.
Well, that's so far out of his league.
Yeah. Need another rotting noble. That sounds horrible. I'm gonna attack the rotting noble that's about to jump off the edge of the wall. Okay.
No, don't do it. Let me kill you first.
Over there.
Tataru, you do not talk about my personal exploits. No more chocolate for you.
She can't have chocolate.
Oh, she's like a dog? Fine, I'm giving all your jelly beans to Minfilia. You like that one? Or you could see that one being a thing. I got another dungeon that unlocked. Sunken Temples unlocked. My last level. That couldn't have unlocked when I was over that way.
No.
You know what I mean. The nation I usually end up playing in, sadly. Being completely honest. I'll grab the Troubled Adventurer mission to get that started for in the stream later. Part of doing it here is I'll be doing storyline in the area in question shortly. Once this stuff's done, so grabbing the missing retainer mission is good timing from Gdania. Of course, my retainers are kind of creepy because I evolved her age using the retainers. I'll summon them up with first-person view at some point. Probably before I do the final evolve. I can't really blame somebody that's bard running through Gridania, having to go big hike and hitting Peloton when they're having to run across the area. Talk about one where it's worth it. At least it's not the Valentine's Day event going for these celebrations. Right?
I lost my son to the
I don't know
calamity.
what the next big event is supposed
The
to
three
be.
seed seers are all together.
I'm sure there's a
Some say
calendar
you
out
couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Sure there is, I'm just not sure what it is.
Our forebears
Final
were
Fantasy
once
14
strangers
holiday
in the
event
Twelveswood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races.
Pride or Easter.
So
So
that's what's
nourished
coming
by the
up.
waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seed Seer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian.
So that's for the
An
regular
elegant
week.
symbol. Do you not agree?
Yeah.
What I can do is look at last year's.
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace.
It should
Alas,
be coming up pretty close.
Our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us.
Right around Easter of last year, so yeah.
Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood.
And that removals treasure trove thing goes
When the
until
Garlean
6/1.
Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea,
Which is supposed to
we
be
rallied
coming up
under the
around
noble
the 10th of-
standard of the Twin
That's what I
Adder
remember what I
that
saw
we
already.
might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
Yesterday's sword.
Oh, so yeah, my grandkids yesterday too.
We'll send a sword.
5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory.
Someone their century
Countless
crossed the
Gridanian
whose
lives
scale
were
almost got
lost.
completely eaten by a rat.
Yeah.
As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity.
I was trying to do the Earthsprite mission and there was none loaded in over near
The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed. Each waking hour, a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood.
No, it's you're going to be doing that shortly.
Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man.
And I got metal cans.
Thence is harmony lost.
Let's not
Yet
do that one.
harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
So at this point, you'd almost think off and on it's a villain. That's the way he's showing up.
Feels like a villain for a while. The middle of those haven't been below how many yet.
No, you're not really there for storyline yet, so. I can say that with certainty. save money by fast traveling to Ulda.
Yeah. So I just do the thing that goes over here now. He's not doing anything else.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raubon? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
Is when you look at his grammar so far between Gridania and Ul'dah, it looks like he favored you joining Ul'dah more. Okay, I'm just seeing I had a response from Kat from which I sent before. I'm just trying to come up and it's bugging. She's ordering more of the meds before she does. It's just she's glad that it's healing up good. Considering the poor animal's only been over at our place for 2 days now. Was in her care before, and I'm not criticizing her or anyone in her household.
It's the problem with work schedules and
Live feed. Because
it just won't take the phone call unless it's getting paid. It's not always the easiest thing to get.
which is why Payday will be making sure we can try to get some just so we have them. Because he's not due the feed yet, but if we can get it beforehand.
We have to send them with it, but nobody's not yet. Right.
Yeah.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
I'm sorry, why does she want me to go into the Corpse Brigade fucking
Brothers and sisters of the sea,
lair to put up
hearken
the
unto me.
Oh, yeah.
Look upon
It's a
this,
striking
our
house.
mighty crimson
Seriously?
standard. And tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
Well, first let me finish this, and I'll port out there to give you some reinforcements. So that if
700 summons
you,
have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay.
I've done that mission. It's a nightmare.
In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
And I can't do my farther away dancing that I usually do.
Which is why me coming out with the...
Did you
Thaumaturge
look
will
as the Admiral bid you? It is a
help.
rather
Would help
stirring
more, but we
standard,
don't
I
have
must
it
say.
The way we've done this.
The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa.
Or I walk back and do the Gallivleave on my way back.
I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive.
The love of me.
Love me, whatever.
Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
You managed to get it done?
Yep.
I'm impressed. But again, like I said, if that fate spawns, it makes it so much harder.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
The one time I done it, I got screwed.
Much as the
because
beast
damn
tribes
fate
have.
spawned.
Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep.
Oh, you punch
When
stones
I
all the
stand
time.
atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral!
Gather the
lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
I'm sorry to say it. I can understand and feel you wanting to come back to get them out of her office. That's the point on that. The three officers, it's like, yeah, I got shit to do. I don't really want you watching over my shoulder, especially the one pervert. It's like, my eyes are up here. These aren't fake boobs. I don't want you staring at them. It's something I will say is a bad joke that people do, but it seems to be the case. When a woman has had a boob job done, they get kind of offended if you don't look at it.
I'm a bad influencer. Supposedly, I'm a bad influence on the Guildmaster.
You mean getting his backbone back?
Yeah, but it's gonna make his rival have a harder time beating his ass.
Good.
So I'm the bad influence. He's coming at me with star marmots and bloodhounds.
Mm-hmm.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
That's an instance.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Thing is, this choice doesn't really matter. It's just whatever nation you want to keep having go back to. For the Grand Company. I have want to take a look at what the dyeing with white looks like for the Vera. Well, actually, the white would look kind of sweet. I don't know what colors I all have right now, so. The pinks would not work in my opinion. I don't think I have enough to do the white for all of it. I'd have to check how many I have. So to make it easier to find it in my inventory. Yeah, 3 ain't gonna cut it.
That's one of the other options. I get all my random dies out of my storage on the other account, put that to the guild chest.
We could do that at some point. Just
Condense it all and go.
I know I sold some on one character. I'm just not sure which one at this point.
Well,
That's what. But again, there was we did take a bit where we were inactive too. I know I have all these little missions now, and I'm not even going after those yet, but I will get back over there pretty quick, I'm sure. I like doing the more mellow. I'm here to enlist if you'll have me. Not the, I believe you're expecting me.
well, that's the thing. And it could also be, I believe you're expecting me.
That's not the way it feels, though. Like, I believe you're expecting me, so get my shit.
But at the same time, depending on how your character builds, it could be the uncertain that shit got alerted, right?
Yeah. So I gotta go kick some ass. And honestly, get the Star Wars reference saved. You're actually not aware of that?
I'm confused.
Biggs and Wedge. They were Luke's wingmen in Star Wars. In the first movie. It's been actually a joke of it ever since in Final Fantasy. It also tells you how popular the franchise is over in Japan for them to do that. I know nowadays a lot of people would think it was the other way around, but Star Wars technically came before the first reference. I still love the Japanese made them change Chewbacca's name. Because Chewie and Baka is the way they were interpreting it. Because he's also known as Chewie. So Stupid Lieutenant is a nicer translation. And they, even from first movie, loved Chewie. They didn't mind the Chewie name for a nickname. Because that's an affectionate lieutenant. But Baka, they did not like that. And from what I understand, when it was originally written, they had no idea of that derogatory in Japanese.
Yawning.
I know.
You know, we both slept like shit, but it's not the reason to yawn.
It kinda is.
We went to go to bed and then found out that the snakes were taken care of, managed to take his bandage off.
Yeah.
So we had to fix that.
Oh, damn.
What?
Dev dog tested positive for COVID. I know he's been vaccinated with all the health problems in the family. I'm just responding, damn.
Oh, I hope he does one of the nicer snakes.
I'm just gonna go, I hope his case is milder. Informed. Sorry, it's a guy that I see kind of like a brother. His son's caught COVID. And the problem is, I could see it, kids being kids at school. All I can think is the soldier's going, do you understand the planning, Yenzel? It's like, I will do whatever the fuck I please. You are not my boss. I have not signed up yet. Come on, it's not insubordination when you're not an officer. Nervous, don't they?
There's a lot I'll have the teleport for down here.
Yep. Might as well run the rest of the way.
Well, I gotta get to Forgotten Springs for the mission.
Yeah, that kind of helps.
So I'll have it because my guy's in there.
Now, if you wouldn't out level so quick anymore, with the way they changed stuff at one point, it wouldn't be so bad.
He's hanging out over by the water. Is he hanging out with the girls?
Probably.
Be a little creepy concerning how they behave with the creeps later.
And then there's what they do with you. An argument. Also, unfortunately, there are some women who do get turned on by just the fact of someone being considerate and respectful.
Considering he has his back to a tree, facing the other way from where they're at.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise for him.
They're behind those rocks right there. Pretty much, you know that crook that the one guy's peeking through?
Yeah.
He's behind the tree behind that. Facing towards the cottage.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So he's actually not being afraid of death.
On the other hand, this landscape takes me back. It does sand as far as the eyes can see. Crystal clear spring waters for your feet. Scan the lakeside lasses, giggling as they bathe and frolic.
And that's when he loses his honor. Yes. He was doing so good.
He was getting prop points for not looking, and then
He pulled out his perf card.
look at what happened when we gave him new outfits.
I know.
One of them was the dashing lady killer. Armored core force pin delivered.
Good. It's me starting to get some of my old PS3 library back. One piece at a time. Okay, change my mind. I'm going to Gridania. It's actually too late to be able to.
He's not telling me go kill 5 sandwiches. At least I'm also 31 and not completely like everything else to me.
Well, that space in between is the higher level. And it's weird because there's no real way around it. But you can run it. It's a little safer on a mount.
It's a lot safer on a mount. Desert is a lot easier on a mount.
Yep, work is always going on in this game, isn't it? Honestly, there is some stuff I would do fairly quickly before going back. Because we know if I take care of Pup no longer, it'll get me enough tickets to take care of the chocobo. No, yes, it's a side jump to storyline, but it does a lot to help. Because just having the chocobo mount, even with a not as the combat mount, helps. Honestly, it helps a lot. And to be honest, it'll help me insanely shortly in combat too. It doesn't seem like much, but am I mixing up which point? Yes, probably is down there. Feels like it should be down there. This is the one of the few points in this game that is not well marked on where you gotta go. And something they've never fixed. Getting to Wolf's Den. And in fact, after the first time, you fast travel it every other time. Yep, this way. Not worried about the tutorial about the PvP. I will take care of the little quests out here because they're just quick dialogues. I do want to look at the hunting log for the Grand Company and see if I'm right about what I was remembering on some of this. Halatali, halatali, halatali. It's nice to be right sometimes, isn't it? I don't know why I came up that way, or the fact I could. I think it's the first time I've been in here at a night setting mode. Usually make it over here daytime. Okay. And honestly, when it comes to the idea of the PvP, I'm sorry to say it, I'd be more worried about playing healer. You want to talk about who they're going to hit first. Every time. And the reason I can say that is I will.
Okay, I like the detail that Partway through the strike, the other guy saw the younger Guildmaster.
Yeah. So you know what he used to be.
I've never seen this cutscene.
It is a cool set cutscene. You know, yeah, he's back to his prime.
Oh, so he's doing drugs in order to beat him.
I'm trying to.
He just sucked on a pipe to... There's 4 different kinds of people use right now. None of us are using the same one.
It's kind of cool. When I finish that little bit, I'll get the chocobo. I actually have no clue what the name chocobo. So yeah, I could do the crafting challenges to try to up the provisioning with that. How much it costs? 2,000 for the first promotion. That actually wouldn't take me long doing some of the weapon stuff. I forgot you could buy ventures from the Grand Company. It's all the way over there, that's right. Before Dev Dog was diagnosed, he'd been around everybody. I'm just stating bluntly, I'll be worried. Because I know his mom's not in the best of health.
After a couple rounds of COVID now?
Yeah. She might be lucky enough, depending on the strain, to be safe from them from the recent. Still having immunity.
And then there's the grandfather,
who also had it. So they might have the antibodies still going strong if that hasn't been that long.
one of the newer strains.
Yeah. I don't know what to name him.
I doubt Nevermore would take.
Talk. get many of them, but you do get them.
Actually, that's not. That's about 4.
I'll admit, I'm not big on the PvP in this game. I might try it at some point for just to say I have. Yes, I wouldn't be as bad about it. Honestly, our tactics of trying to defend a healer might be beneficial. Part is that stuff all pops up in Duty Finder, which definitely helps. No, I am gonna prep something quick. I gotta get up here, I think, for what I'm thinking of. No, because I only have one mount, I can't do mount roulette yet. For now, I won't worry about too much, but just means, yes, I'll do a bit on work on the leather working tonight. Oh, the crafting tonight. I'll likely clear the random little side missions for getting the odd combat stuff by Little Amigo done off stream. At this point, I'll just head over there and do it. And technically, if I continue storyline, we got the tickets too, so I just figured get that on my list.
I really hope we catch Tataru juggling in Mordona this time.
Yeah, no shit. We've seen it once.
I've had it once. Haven't had it happen since.
And it's a random chance.
I've seen her help dusting. I've seen her redoing the shelves.
Yep.
I've seen her having freaking lunch with Filament.
Which was cute too.
But juggling with a bottle, a dagger, and I don't remember what the other thing was.
I don't know. I didn't get to see it. I'm sorry, but Palalimo clapping would be more of a clink.
Hmm?
He's wearing those gauntlets. It wouldn't be the soft, fleshy clap.
It'd be.
Kunk, 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 kunk.
A really bad noise.
That's what I mean. I'm just thinking about it. Yeah, okay. I won't lie, I will do the side jump to get my
Now,
truck going to
having
battle
set
pad.
aside the formalities,
So heading over for the selves. But it makes sense to.
we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like Gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
I know I need to go to the Adders now, so I might as well just fast travel to Gridania quick. Said I have some missions I'll be working on. I'll be finishing some of the crafting stuff I was working on otherwise. Later I'll get the daily crafting I can do for the Grand Company done for the sake of completion.
I'll catch up.
You'll definitely catch up. It's not hard to catch up. Most of my time today has been cinematics.
I'm trying to get up to the cinematics to start Ifrit.
And then there's the hope of getting into it quickly.
You know what the problem 2's gonna be. I don't think I'm going to be able to dot Ifrit.
No, it'll be level capped.
Yeah. And I can only dot them if I'm in coral. So it's linked to a certain stage.
Yep. I still got a lot to do. Technically, I could grab House at Death Thought while I'm down this way. Get that done. I'm seeing a couple things that have triggered more recently down below. And since I have, that's worth grabbing.
Flip both up the same plan first.
Which ones?
Full of Ember or more than a peeler?
Yeah, we gotta have those available.
Yeah.
30. Technically, I could trigger Halatali from me, but okay. I'm just gonna switch my dialogue someplace. Just a thank you. Oh, somebody just gave me a pet. They gave me one of the gave me the Activato S menu. It just came up and were triggering trade. At first I thought they misclicked, so I backed out.
Yeah. And then came back up.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of cute. It's just somebody being random.
That's what we want.
Hmm.
Robbery, family dollar.
Over here.
No, the one over on Waverly is over here.
Hmm.
After the canine actually lost it. Lost the suspect.
That's not a small statement.
This. I'm one. Not even one level. Part of the level is being capped.
Remind me what I was gonna. No, I've done the more of the feeling annoyed avoid. It's the next set I'm missing. I figure I'll wait to do Halatali till you're available and we'll just party up.
Yep.
When you're to the point where it's worth doing it. That might just go off screen. We'll just make sure that we're tactful with our dungeons, make sure we're okay. Like I confirmed, we need Halatali for Grand Company whoever meets. But this is all just there's questing, so actually the walk knows which is a better way to run this at this point. So I'm not even gonna kick into the self missions before I end the stream, I think. But it's more the fact that I know I have a lot of other random stuff to do. Yeah. Just means it might be a little higher level when you stream next, but that's more getting through more of the side stuff that really don't need to be on stream. Because I know with the self stuff, there's still another 2-3 hours there with cinematics. But me getting like the sightseeing log and all that. We might take some effort to try to do some of that this time. But
Just like we're trying to do some fishing stuff on stream just to show that.
yeah. I just don't have that started yet. Honestly, most of what I'm trying to work on now is getting to the point of being a little bit of a, not necessary for the stream, but it's getting me into the new area the first time. I gotta get, well, that's the trick, is I need to get over here, which I'll do that so I can get the crystal point. But then what I'm going to do is go down to the South Crowd so I can have the Chocobo as a battle companion. Let's see what I need to do. Make it easier on me to have bombs going. Still quicker than sprinting. What's scary is it's easy to actually, if you're not careful, have the accelerated riding speed before you even unlock the Chocobo. This, what I'll do off screen at some point is do the level meet and the odd side missions out here, because I know these ones aren't very big on storyline. I might take care of the odd South Shroud missions too while I'm at it. So it's in the level range. Just going into the idea of getting farther along. Still a lot to do. Should you look over here, I have a lot I can do. God, I forgot how many missions are actually over here at this point. Because I'm seeing 4 mission exclamation marks, not counting the level meet. I will progress the Endless Dungeon. I wish you could summon the Chocobo in there, but I understand why you can't. Okay, I'm seeing some of my hunts, so I'm going to work on that on the way through. And there's also a couple missions over here I could actually work on too. So yeah, there's a bit I'll be doing in other zones, which means I'll probably level up a little bit off screen. But my logic is, it's not a central storyline, I can get away with that. Concerned I won't be able to continue the path questing means I won't really be getting any good gear from it. I'll get some. There'll be some change of appearance, I'm sure. Thinking about it, but... supplies, so I'm gonna run up there quick, get the other one I need. Join in, get a couple of hits in. My answer has a little bit of pickets, not that I did much that time. More the fact I could. I'm not looking for the condos right now. He's the one I need to talk to. Feisty little truck roll, yep. But yeah, this is some of the crazy stuff I'll be working on off screen for a little bit. Honestly, I've probably spent a couple hours clearing some of this off screen. True. Just more the idea of get it done. I'll need to be able to get stuff done. I recall this bringing up the central where I need to go. Yep. I know I could fast travel it, but sometimes it's kind of fun to just ride through. And I'll say I'll hit this chocobo, keep on the way just so I have it. Sometimes they are useful and I don't think I can. Yeah, that's not gonna help it. Yeah, we'll probably do Holly Tolly off screen, because that's not storyline, that's just something inspired by the Grand Company. But we'll make sure we get it beat once so it's done. Once you're ready for it, just... It's the convenience of being in the squad together. We know we'll at least have one person that we can trust on the other side. When it comes down to some of it.
You were classified as a villain in the eyes of the government. The truth, you're actually just the therapist for villains who refuses to break patient confidentiality by giving out the villain's true identity. So the government's registering you as a villain because you know who all the villains are.
But, medical.
Following the law about patient confidentiality.
If you're actually trying to get them to quit being villains, that makes you borderline hero, if anything.
Yeah.
It also means you have the loyalty of all those villains you've rehabilitated.
Giving therapy.
Yeah.
How's the writing prompt?
That could be a fun prompt. That'd be one hell of a role play. Have everybody else be one of the said villains, while one being Game Master or some other skilled player being the therapist. That'd be pretty wild.
guy found out he got COVID on his birthday.
Oh, damn.
And on his way back from getting killed that's out there now, he got into a car accident similar to how we got in ours.
Somebody's hit him.
Yeah.
That would fucking suck.
In fact, before all that, he broke up with his girl.
Before finding out that?
Before finding out he got COVID, he broke up with his girl. On his birthday, found out he got COVID. A couple days later, went to go get that pill that's out now to help reduce the symptoms. Got hit.
I told them they can't win for fucking losing.
He was staying home.
Getting over to the damn critters I need to kill with the chokehold with me, so. I'm actually debating, do I want to do the all healing or do I want to do the power? I can actually assign them all 3 types. I'm debating on doing that this time just because. For the chocobo. That would allow me to just leave it at random and it'd actually be a little more helpful. It wouldn't be a jack of all trades, but it'd be helpful. If anything, I'd be tempted to give it a little bit of a better split between tanking and healing. In my case at least, because I know I can't take a hit as a thaumaturge. I don't know, I might do it across all 3 just to see how powerful that really is nowadays. More curiosity. I know I'd have to go back to Hawthorne Hut for quest line. But for now, I'm just going to travel back to Udon. And to everybody, have a good day. Well, see you next time. I'll be continuing to stream. Well, continue working on clearing odd side quests later. I'll stream tomorrow. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.